let's just hope this next guy stays retired. Here at the AJC, we're counting down our top 12 villains in Atlanta sports history, and this one is so obvious you probably already know who I'm talking about. From 28-3 to an 11-1 record against the Falcons, including that notorious Super Bowl loss, to arguing for that roughing the passer call on Grady Jarrett just last season, our number 2 villain in Atlanta sports history is Tom Brady. Joining me now is our Falcons beat writer, D. Orlando Ledbetter, aka D-Led. D-Led, what makes Tom Brady the perfect Atlanta sports villain?
Well, you can't beat them, and you lose in the Super Bowl when you have them down on the mat, 28-3. They come back and pull it out in overtime and take away Atlanta's chance to win the Super Bowl for the first time in history.
Now, the biggest thing I think that stands out to me about Tom Brady is that he kind of is the perfect example of he's a hero in some cities. Hero up in New England, hero in Tampa. But man, in Atlanta, we just can't stand the guy because of what he does.
No question about it, but we're in the back of that line because of the Buffalo Bills, the New York Jets, and the teams and Miami Dolphins that he beat on the regular in the AFC East. But outside of the AFC East, Atlanta's on the top of the list.
You were at that Super Bowl. What was covering that game like?
Well, it was kind of exciting at the beginning. You're up.
It was great for a while.
You're getting up 28-3. All of this research you've done is going to be good. First Super Bowl victory, parade down Peachtree Street. A franchise that was founded in 1966 had not had a lot of winning seasons. So this is going to be the crowning achievement of the Atlanta football history, Atlanta Falcons football history. And so you were fired up writing that. And you actually had that story in the computer about the greatest win in Atlanta Falcons football history. And it slowly got torn down piece by piece by piece, drive by drive. Devontae Freeman's missed block, Julio's big catch. You thought you could start writing the win, then you had to switch it back up when, they decided to throw the ball on when they should have probably been running it.
An 11-1 record for Brady against the Falcons obviously indicates that he was having success against them for a while. His longevity, listen, he's not popular in Atlanta, but the guy's longevity is impressive.
Right. We haven't seen anybody go deep into their 40s at all. George Blanda came close. Brett Favre went right at 40. Arguable if he was at the top of his game still. But Tom Brady went deep into his 40s, tormented the league, tormented Atlanta in a Super Bowl situation. And about the only people that could run around and maybe talk about having an edge on Brady or the New York Giants because somebody put a helmet up against their helmet, a football against their helmet, David Tyree game. But other than the New York Giants, Brady can kind of say he owned the league for a long time.
He's retired now, but even recently he had success against the Falcons. But we got to talk about that roughing the passer, quote unquote, call against Grady Jarrett last season, because I think, Atlanta's had beef with Tom Brady for a while, mostly because of the success he has. But even recently, that was a frustrating call for a lot of people.
Yeah, no doubt. And I was watching the quarterback last night, and they were talking about how the rule changed about you can't hit the quarterback low because of Tom Brady. And so below the knee hits were banned because Tom Brady missed one year. And so the officials have decided to overprotect him and the quarterbacks in general. So things that look like regular football plays are now being deemed to be penalties and so forth. And, the one thing about the Grady Jarrett hit was he kicked him afterwards. That didn't get called. So, they're going to protect Tom Brady as long as he was playing, they did. And, we'll see if that protection is extended into the future to the quarterback position.
And he has had some controversy that's not just specific to Atlanta. He was involved in, the Deflategate stuff. That's been a while ago now. But it seems like there's been a lot of sticking points for him.
Yes, no doubt. But the overarching thing of his career is he's a winner. He's won. He got his job when somebody got hurt. He was
and took advantage of it.
And took advantage of it. Was a late draft pick. The combine tapes are classic now of him running the 40. But yeah, just the whole long shot to make it to the greatest, pinnacle in his career at his position. People, we love that. You love that, see the underdog come through and have as much success as he's had.
It's a guy you kind of love to hate, but you can't argue with the resume.
No question. And it was early on in his career, and Richard Seymour brought this up at his Hall of Fame induction last year. Early on, those teams were all defensive centered. They were defensive teams built by Bill Belichick. It transferred over time to a more offensive air show with the undercutting routes and the crossing routes and so forth. It's death by crossing routes, really, is what he did for the Patriots, and his accuracy and his ability to spread the ball around. So, but still, you can't argue the fact that, that arc of, 20 plus years was an amazing run for one of the greats.
Thanks to all of you for watching. Make sure you follow along as the AJC continues to count down our top 12 villains in Atlanta sports history.